Who would have thought a breakdancer like me would end up building frameworks for people like you, or people like me, creators like me. Anyways, once I realized that my skill wasn't just doing the thing, but actually teaching the thing to other people, that's when that like aha moment clicked. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the 3 mistakes that most people overlook when it comes to building their systems. So if you don't know me, my name is Tyrell, and I help small creators build legacy online with clear and proven framework. The first mistake: where is your framework? Most creators lack the building of a framework that takes their audience from point A to Z. Not B, not C, Dragon Ball Z. But there's good news. That system that you have is locked up in here. So I'm going to tell you one thing that no one else tells you. If you ever helped someone before or solved a single problem for yourself in life, you already have the start of a framework. Let me tell you a story that happened to me back in 2022 when I grew an Instagram theme page from 0 to 10K followers. And I did this by repurposing long form interviews into short form reels. My specific niche was in breakdancing. I like to talk about breakdancing because I've been breaking for 15 years. And I kind of think I know a thing or two about the breaking scene. But I digress. So since I'm an artist and a creator, I wanted to tie together breakdancing and entrepreneurship to come out with some type of business. So I launched the clothing brand. The best idea yet. But you know what happened? Crash, burn, rage. AKA, it wasn't profitable. But you know what? The process has taught me valuable lessons. And those lessons are that I was good in translating people's raw skills into unique content, finding an engaged audience for a specific niche, and making an offer. But with great ideas, I still didn't have the right frameworks or the right system. And that leads me into mistake number 2. What's your name again? Like, nobody knows you because you don't show up and remind them of your name. It's the same thing with your framework. You have to give it a name. Something that's fun and relatable to you. I figured out a system that works for me. And since my specific niche was breakdancing, I gave it a title that I could not forget. I call this the break framework. Obviously, it's inspired by breaking, where every specific move that you make within the framework has a rhythm, need for control, and it's in a constant flow state. Now, once I gave my process a name, my work felt more valuable. My content had direction. People started to trust me as an expert, not just a creator. Okay, let's rewind and go back to the break framework and break it down. Break it down, pun intended. I don't know. Each letter that you choose for your own creation has to have a meaning. So let's start with the first one in this framework. B, build your identity. You need to clarify your unique selling point, which is like jargon for like, why are you so cool? Why should I even listen to you? So take the time to write down your values, your story, the niches that you cling to and that you can express genuinely. Serve that to your audience and give them the reason why they should stick with you. R, refine your message. Once you build up who you are, then you have to create a repeatable message. What's your hook? What do people know you for saying? Do you have a funny gesture, or maybe you're good at using analogies to relate to someone? That's your advantage, and that's your message. E, establish system. Build a system, anything that will keep you accountable and will work in a flow state that we already talked about. For example, maybe every week I will post 2 videos on YouTube at 3 o'clock p.m. Then on the days that I don't post, I need to focus on my ideas, the titles, the thumbnails, the scripts, and whatever else that needs to be done before I post my 2 videos. A, attract your audience. Since you completed step 1 and found your unique selling point, now is the time to hone in onto your target audience. Create powerful stories and scripts, like I'm scripting right now. Look through your analytics, refine your videos, and ask for feedback. Most importantly, talk to that one person, the person that's in the video, you silly goose. You care about that one person so much that you created this specific video for them, for you, for me, for them. Last but not least, K, kickstart your monetization. Turn that attention into ascension of money in your pocket with profit. Oh, oof, that's a bar. Create a free lead magnet that attracts your potential clients to a low ticket offer, or better yet, a mid ticket service, so you can provide them with more value and a transformation at the end of that service. Listen, guys, listen, do not make this difficult. Make a product or service that provide it to that client and give them a transformation within a week. Simple as that. And I want you to start with a service instead of a digital product. And if you want to know why providing services are better than selling digital products for beginners, then I made a video. It's linked down below. Okay, now, so you're doing all of this, but you're still not seeing results. Don't sweat it. That's actually good news, because now that means you can go back into the drawing board and make everything better. But just having some steps isn't enough. You need to make it believable, even to the strangers on the other side of the screen. Now it's time to turn your process into a promise. To mistake number 3, the more complex, the better. False. You may be asking yourself, hey, Tyrell, how do I make people use my framework? Hey, Tyrell, what if people think I'm too simple? Okay, I say the simpler the better. We love to overcomplicate things just because we watch some guru online who has a whole ecosystem and business that's light years ahead of us. But you know what? You're not wrong. They are light years ahead of us, but that's okay. Because now I'm going to remind you, you're forgetting you have an unfair advantage. You're able to focus on eliminating all the fluff and getting straight to the point by providing value to your audience. Big gurus, they can't do that because they have such a massive audience that they're going to go through different funnels, going to give you all these emails. You can just get straight to the point and give the value transformation. People don't buy the process. They buy the promise that your process creates. Think about it like this. No one cares. You don't care. I use 5 steps in my framework. So what you and your audience cares about is how you can help them build a sustainable, scalable business without burning out and while being a beginner with odds stacked against them. Listen, they want the value and you want to give them the value. So just give it to them. One thing my online mentor said, Omar El Takori, someone I never paid for, but shout out to Omar. He said this: you need to make output goals instead of outcome goals. When we focus on outcome goals, we tend to lean in towards the destination, the ending transformation before we even tested any of our ideas to see if they work. So skip the headache and shift to output goals, many goals that deliver in real time and allows you to be open-minded and taking constructive feedback from your audience. So then, and only then, you can move with speed and revisit the ideas that are failing before you continue to waste your time on a bad system. So do this for me. I want you to write down 3 things before you create a framework. Who is it for? What does it help them achieve? And what difference does it make in their lives? This is how you're going to get ahead of 99% of the people who are just focused on outcome. There's a great quote Tony Robbins once said: suffering can only occur when you're focusing on yourself. So for a second, I need you to stop thinking about yourself and think about how you can actually change someone else's life. But even with all these ideas that's going to help you create the best framework, it still won't stick around if you don't know how to turn it into an evergreen flywheel with the right content strategy and offer setup. So in the next video, I'll show you how I built my content flywheel from scratch and how you can do the same even if you're starting from zero. I'll see you there.